Yes.
Call the meeting to order for the Greenville City Hall. Start with the Pledge of Allegiance.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
So then with the mayor and vice mayor not present this evening, we have to elect a temporary presiding officer. I would make a motion to, I guess, nominate myself for that role for the evening.
Okay.
I'll second.
Motion and a second. Any further discussion? All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? That carries. Brings us to public comment period. Is anybody here for public comment? Alrighty. Next is approval of today's agenda. I do have a couple additions, flag contest under other, and then a comment on the 2006-03 noise ordinance.
Okay, I just have a comment that a citizen brought up to me. I can put that under others.
Okay.
And I have a change to the claim dollar amount.
Okay.
All right, what's that amount?
151,674.71.
151,674.71.
Correct. I received an email at 3:00 today to pull one of the checks back. So I pulled it out of that dollar amount.
Okay.
Okay.
Are there any other additions or changes?
I do not see any. I don't have any others.
I'll make motion to approve the agenda.
I'll second. Motion and a second. Any further discussion? All those in favor say aye. Opposed? That carries. Next is approval of the consent agenda, including minutes from July 8th, 2025, and the special budget meeting minutes from July 14th, 25, as well as the claims for July 22nd totaling $151,674.71.
Correct.
Can you tell us which ones to put back?
Yes, it's Kilmer Electric.
Okay. I also make a motion to approve the consent agenda A and B, the approval of the minutes of July 8th, 2025, and special budget meeting for July 14th, 2025, and approval for the claims of July 22nd, 2025, totaling $151,674.71.
I will second.
Motion and a second. Any further discussion? All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? And that carries. Next is a update from Attorney Jansen. Do we have anything?
Nothing.
All right. School update, assuming since Amy's not here.
Amy's not here. She will not be updating school, EDA, or planning and zoning unless someone else has something else.
Planning and zoning is not met this month, so there's nothing from them.
Right. But
I guess I can share update EDA wise. Let me pull this up quick so I don't get it wrong. Amy let the EDA know regarding the wide open marine that the owner's funding may take 60 to 90 days to get complete. So we are waiting to vote on the purchase agreement and development agreement until August. We're hoping it's all ready to go by then. All right, and then no P&Z updates, like we said. Any tree committee updates?
I don't believe so. We had some good discussion last time about trees and easements, right-of-ways, boulevard trees, kind of what those are defined as. We took those findings and Amy is gonna put that into a policy document and then they'll be bringing to the council.
Sounds good. Next then is a park board update. The park board met last week, I believe it was. And we spent quite a bit of time reviewing the trail plan from the comprehensive plan. So the park board kind of put together their recommendations on how they felt about the trails proposed and the priority. So the park board will be bringing that to CPIC in the next month or two to review those recommendations. And then the park board also discussed the railing that council had approved a couple meetings ago on the south side of Lions Park at the top of the hill there. And after a lot of discussion, park board came to the agreement that they would favor not putting up a railing there and instead waiting for MnDOT to come through and make their repairs to the sidewalk. And also to remove the tape and poles that were put up there temporarily. And then park board would also like to leave the bench there that's currently there. And all of this is to, again, wait for MnDOT to come through and make their repairs first, see what we're left with, and also to prioritize the sledding that goes on in that particular area of that hill. So I think we put the project on hold.
Yes.
Were we able to?
Yes.
Okay. Pending further discussion at council here.
Honestly, that makes sense to wait till MnDOT's done to see if anything else gets wrecked or what else they have to replace. And good idea to remove the posts just because don't know what the kids are gonna do. They start swinging on them or holding onto them and screwing around there. They could easily hurt themselves too with them.
And I think another thing we discussed too is the sidewalk that's there will likely be widened to meet ADA compliance. At which point they'll probably have to tear out or remove our slab where the bench is currently sitting anyway.
Okay.
Is there any other thoughts or opinions on that?
I would say do it properly, otherwise we're doing it over, so. If they're gonna come in and do it, then we put it up railings then.
I got a question for the park board then.
Yeah.
When were they gonna, cause the stuff that's getting repaired down there at Lions Park, do we have a timetable on that? When they were gonna come in and do that siding and the painting and all of that stuff? I don't remember if we had that set.
We do
have a
not.
date?
Okay.
We are taking one more walkthrough
Mhm.
with what exactly needs to be done and then get a confirmed bid
Okay,
from Dan Elke Construction.
okay,
And I believe Friday, we're gonna meet with him, go down again and just reassess everything that's down there so that we know exactly what needs to be done instead of going back and saying,
okay,
not that we forgot anything, but just make sure it's complete.
sounds good.
Do we need to motion to not proceed with the railing?
I was going to ask that.
I guess it wouldn't
I don't know how
hurt.
that works.
We can just go ahead and do it, just to make sure we're good. So I'll make a motion to wait on the railing project or to put it on hold.
I'll second that motion.
Motion and a second. Any further discussion? All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? That carries. We will hold on that project. And that is all I had for park board updates. Next, any updates on street projects?
I did ask Diane to call Craig about the curb to see how things were going, and I forgot to ask you if you actually did that or not.
Yes, I did.
Okay.
And he is, I believe it was listed as phase 1, 2, and 3.
Okay,
So he's trying to work with some other things, juggling like everyone, other construction is doing right now with the weather. It's just not been very friendly at all.
Does it-
So,
Yeah.
you know, that's the next,
Yeah.
you know.
I understand that, but I think as a city, I never thought of it. We have to get better at putting a timeline in there too, because I know a lot of times we don't seem to put a date we would like stuff done by.
I agree.
In general, we have to probably get.
I believe it's mid-August when that's, a tentative completion
Yep.
time, so.
Okay.
All right, thank you. Brings us to others, starting with the city CD.
That is informational that we renewed. We have 2 CDs at the bank. And this is the second one that's come through. And we renewed that one at the same rate it was at.
Okay.
Rather than starting over and going at a lower rate.
What's the term on that with the renewal?
It's a good question.
Were they weren't more than a year, right?
I think they were just yearly,
Yeah.
Okay,
I think we
I believe.
leave it like that,
Yes.
so if we knew something was coming up.
Right.
We had some money that we could.
It's always available.
So 2 one-year CDs staggered by 6 months.
Yes.
makes sense.
Mr. Mayor, can I come in with others yet?
What was that?
Can I come in with other? I have some others here too. I need to get on them.
Oh, yeah, we have a couple additional others, once we get through those, if that works.
Yeah.
Unless it's related to the CD.
Or anything that we previously discussed. No.
Okay. All right, and then Arlington ambulance agreement.
That was put on the agenda for Shane to speak to.
Okay.
I did some research a little bit. I think you were copied on those emails as well, but I think Mr. Mayor wanted to speak to it a little bit more.
Okay,
So
Should we table that?
please,
make a motion to table till next meeting.
Second.
Motion and a second. Any further discussion? All those in favor say aye. Opposed? And that's tabled. Then item C, under other, it was the flag contest. In your packets, there's just some brief rules that I drafted for a city flag design contest. I guess just curious to get everybody's opinion on these. If you want to, I guess maybe review before next council's meeting. See if there's anything else you would change or add or remove. And then we can get those nailed down and start figuring out some of the details if this is something we still want to do. And then item D under other, comment on the 2006-03 noise ordinance. That ordinance has verbiage that prohibits engine braking or jake braking through city limits. I guess wanted to bring this up because when that happens, it's very loud. I can hear it within my house, and I know other people can too. Has this ever been brought to council? Have we ever talked about putting up no engine braking signs in town?
It's been talked about, never went any further than talked about, yeah.
Okay. Do we think putting up signs would be effective at all?
I think a lot of communities have it.
You put them up, I don't know how effective it is. It
Yeah.
comes down to some of the people that just have the very loud trucks. Cause I know the vehicle I drive for work, they have jake brakes on them, but they're not made to sound like a 747 when they're braking either.
Mhm.
So that's the one issue we have. We can put the signs up. It might help a little bit. I don't know how much.
Right. Still tough to enforce.
Yeah,
Right?
because they're gone by time anything happens.
Yeah.
But putting up signage, I would think would be fine.
Because it seems like most of it happens on 11 where the cop does not sit, or the sheriff does not sit. Sheriff's usually sitting on 5 and 25, and I don't hear it as much on those roads.
Mhm. Is that something we could price out, signs on 11 and then both the highways coming into town?
Can you post that on the state highway?
That's a good question. I think that's gotta be a state, right?
Cause that would, 25 and 5 would technically be state.
Yep.
We'd have to see if we could post that on there. County one, I don't think that'd be that big of an issue either.
I don't think so, but state, I would have definitely look into.
We might have to look into the state part, see if we could do that.
Okay. I can do some digging into that.
Okay, and then I'll check to see if we may have had, Mark, do you think we ever had signs that we had up and took them down?
You know, there was discussion of it. To say that we went that far and purchased them, we'd have to look.
Yeah. Okay, but I'll still check our signs in
Yeah.
the storage to see if we do.
Yeah,
have
I
some,
would.
But then I can still price some signs out.
Okay. Perfect. And then Schawn, you had a comment you wanted to share?
Yeah, I got a citizen made a comment to me about them not being happy with people's services. I kind of leaned towards and says, well, you really should just come to the council meeting and say something. So I am just gonna say it anyways, even though they're not here. They're just unhappy with the service that they provide. They're slow to do things because this person appreciated Kirby more than people services, but I don't think this person knew how much Kirby might have actually did on his own time and not really get paid for to do. Because I do know he did a lot of stuff later in the day, and I know he did probably more than he should have for the amount of hours he put in and whatnot. And then this person also made a comment to me about finding out what the baseball team put towards buying their portion of the field back from the bank, why the city couldn't do the same, basically match what the baseball team or whatever they is put towards and just match that so it's a larger amount. I says that's something city council, you just gotta bring it up with them. Because honestly, I don't even know what this baseball team put towards or their offer was towards the bank. So I just wanted to bring that up towards you guys, that there's a person out there making a couple of comments.
Yeah, we're trying to see how much we want as a city stick into it. That's the biggest thing.
Schawn, was this person that had comments about people's service specific about anything that was not done?
Well, he doesn't like that the weeds are growing up in the curb and in the cracks on
That
the roads.
was my
and
other
some of that-
matter, yeah.
and
That's
some of that
really.
stuff.
Yep.
And
See,
it's gotta be taken, it's going up along the curb, along the edges.
I know Kirby took care of it, but I also think he did a lot more after hours. Because he did like the city. It's just too bad the way things worked out. He did like the city. And I think he did some of it on his own time, but they have to realize that they're only contracted for so many hours and they can only do so much in that amount of time too.
Well, Shane was supposed to talk to him, people service about weed inspection. I don't know if that ever got implemented into the program or not, but that's part of their job too, in a sense, right? I mean,
They were more so,
Yeah.
well, that was that person's comment too about going around and doing the monitoring of writing people up and stuff.
And we are doing that, and letters have been sent.
Okay, that's,
Yep.
I said,
That part of it is,
but their other concern was that the weeds are just growing up between, the curb and the
Yeah.
asphalt and there and the weeds along the edge that I think the
I agree.
city's supposed to take care of some things. I said, I can only bring it up. That's it.
yeah, that's fair.
I'm done with my others.
Okay, yeah, thanks for sharing that. Mark, you said you're,
and that was what I was after too, because I do see it a lot. I mean, there's like in between where they join,
Mhm.
or along the asphalt concrete line.
mhm.
We did a better job of getting that looking better than that, yeah.
I assume that'll damage the road eventually if they continue to grow like
I
that.
think it's just cosmetic. I mean,
It's
just,
cosmetic.
you
I
know.
think the biggest damage would be if you actually get like a tree sapling and start growing in there, more so than the weed itself. Because a tree sapling, a tree will eventually push stuff out.
Mhm.
A weed, might be able to, but that's a lot of pressure. It's gonna have to
Yeah, I
come up with the
think
push
it looks,
concrete or
it
asphalt.
definitely looks.
But it's a lot with the,
Some are really apparent, you can see them really easy. We never used to have that problem. It used to always be clean.
Yeah, I noticed too on the trail back by your place, there's weeds growing through that trail.
Mhm.
That pushes the asphalt,
I don't-
whatever it is.
I don't think that trail was very well installed.
Yeah.
Put it that way, because there is that, we had, I suppose that would that fall on parks to have that part of that trail, because isn't there a cone up on that trail where there's like a little bit of a divot or a dip or a hole or? where
There's a
it's washing out?
sinkhole there too,
We-
where the cone is.
Okay, we'll have to get that looked at or something.
Is that something you sent to people service? I know they put the
They
cone
put the
out.
cone up,
Okay,
but that's the extent of their duties.
okay. Is that a park board thing, if it's a trail? Okay. I'll bring that up at park board then.
I don't walk on it that much. I'm not old enough to do that sometimes.
Walking it almost every day.
I do like that people service, they put us memo out that what they have done, but again, added weeds could be put on there too.
All right, is there anything else for tonight?
I don't think so.
Not, I will make a motion to adjourn.
Second?
Motion and a second. Any further discussion? All those in favor say aye. Opposed? That carries. Meeting's adjourned at 7:27.